In Islam, you know, the Muslim man is given a responsibility to take care of his family. So I want to ask you how you see that the Muslim men here in America are living up to that responsibility of taking care of their families.
Well, without a doubt, you know, the responsibility of taking care of the family truly lies upon the man, and it's a tremendous responsibility that the man has. So you have many brothers like myself who may work 1, 2, 3 jobs, and at the same time trying to manage your family, and on top of that trying to go back to school, go back to college, or whatever it may be. So it's a very tremendous job that the Muslim man has to do when it comes to taking care of his family.
Mm-hmm. And people getting married, you know, marriages is something which are very dynamic, you know, and very important in Islam, and it's very important to get married and stay married. So to people, Muslim yes. men who are looking to get married here, what are some of the important things they should consider in choosing a wife, or a wife choosing a husband, okay. to kind of have a better start in having a good relationship?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because my wife and myself, we had this conversation the other day, that it's really important for the man to marry a woman for the specific reason of her religion, because like our Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that a woman is married for reasons, but if you marry her for the religion, this is the best reason. This is the best reason to marry the woman, because these other things, the beauty will go away as she gets older, the social status will go away, and if she has any wealth will go away. But if you marry for the religion, if she's a good, sound, practicing Muslima, mm-hmm. then you have a jewel. Mm-hmm. This is what you have. You have a jewel. So
it could be said that a lot of the unsuccessful marriages are the people who are marrying for the other reasons.
Yes, without a doubt, without a doubt. And, you know, if I can just piggyback on something that you asked my wife, when we look at a lot of our youth, I think it's important that we try to gear our youth to get married at a young age, because there are many peer pressures that they do face here, not just in America, but I'm more than sure in Saudi Arabia yeah. or in London, mm-hmm. but preferably here in America, because you can turn on the TV at any given time and there is a naked woman on TV, or there is a naked man. So it's very rough mm-hmm. on a man as well as a woman.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of dawah and presenting Islam to people who are not Muslims, how do you deal with the misinformation and the biggest misconception that Islam is an extremist religion, or religion which promotes terrorism and these evil actions?
Very interesting. One of the ways and the forms that we try to give dawah here at the United Muslim Masjid in Philadelphia, we use the outlet of our radio show that you were blessed to be at yesterday. We also are beginning to do something very, I don't want to say different, but something that the other religions are doing, as far as going out in the street and propagating what Islam is, telling people that no, we're not terrorists. Mm-hmm. In fact, we are defenders of peace, because if we study the history of Islam never told us to put a bomb on us and blow up things, and innocent children and innocent people are dying, and these people are using the name of Islam for these things. This is totally wrong. For instance, tonight, 2 weeks ago, we had an invitation from one of the local churches in South Philly, mm-hmm. and they asked us to come talk about what is Islam. Mm-hmm. Now, we wanted to use that as a tool to be able to not go there and tell them, okay, you're all going to hell because, you know, you did not accept Muhammad as the last messenger. Mm-hmm. But in fact, we're going to them and we're preaching to them what the religion is. Mm-hmm. This big misconception of us being terrorists. This is the biggest thing, mm-hmm. the biggest thing with the media that's portraying us as Muslims to be terrorists. So we're using this tonight to go to the church and explain to them, this is the religion of Islam. This is what we are, and this is what we're not.
And let me ask you just one final question to wrap up. Here in the city of Philadelphia, there's a large concentration of Muslims. Do you think for the non-Muslims of Philadelphia living in close proximity to Muslims, they understand better about Muslims and Islam than people in other cities might?
Yes. I'm more than sure, because if you go in, for instance, if you take South Philly alone, you can walk any given corner or any block in the city of Philadelphia, of South Philly, and somebody on that block is a Muslim, or somebody in that family is a Muslim. Whereas though if you take little small towns in Pennsylvania, maybe like a Pottstown or a Norristown or Allentown, not a real big population of Muslims. A lot Muslims there, but not like the inner city. Not like the inner city at all.
Okay, Brother Jihad and your wife and your family, I would like to thank you for inviting us into your home.
Thank you for coming.
And giving our viewers a little insight of what life is like for the Muslim family in America. Inshallah, Allah will give you success, you and your family, of raising a good family and all getting together to Jannah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So our viewers, I hope you were able to get a glimpse into the life of the Muslim family here in America, and will continue with us along on this journey of discovery of Islam in America.